For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Richardson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. Fielded at the 20. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering
Is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 34 yards.
And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
ETN up the middle, and he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. You hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Richardson looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there for Indy. 56 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Now they send a man in motion right. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
They'll look to throw. Etienne bringing in another one. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. 21-3 is your score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down. They're going to look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Bo Melton.
43 yards. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Colts continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for Las Vegas.
They'll look to throw here. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to throw again.
Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Here's a diving catch right side.
And 22 more yards there and another first down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now it's Richardson.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try to run this one in. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He's got a man, complete.
Down to the 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Straight ahead, ETN.
Oh, nice move. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Good for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 43, here's second down and 1.
He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with third and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Now Richardson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 34 yards.
And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Back to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. First and 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard.
He'll look to throw.
That's to Bowers once again. And the Raiders are going to be set up with first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and when the offensive line has executed well today, try and get him over 100 yards.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though. No surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
2nd and 9 now. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Bowers. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Colts 49, Raiders 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. So they file for the exits here in silence.